posted a live earlier today in my car, and I want to say thank you to the 10, 11 people that were on with me for over an hour, venting and getting the support system that I needed while I wait for my car to magically turn on, because it does magically turn on, right? And so usually with this situation, it never really happens. It just started doing this probably um, just recently I would have to wait for it to turn on, but now I found a new way for it to work, because the old way, the old ghetto way, does not work anymore. But look, why the hell, why the effing hell y'all never told me I had white privilege? Okay, y'all, I got white privilege. I got white privilege. Anybody in here? Anybody in here? I still see zero on my screen. Who's in here? Let me know in the comments below. Who's in here? Let me know. Let your boy know. Let me know. I am here. Let JOA know. Um, Hold on, y'all. Let me click on this because I don't know who. I'm trying to wait until people come on, but no one is in here. 1 second. Okay, I got two people in here. Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Give me a thumbs up. So y'all, why y'all never told me I had white privilege? So look, I was literally in the store. I was in the store, and I was getting some hummus, right? Y'all know what hummus is? It's the Mediterranean dip that people. Anyways, they had this white woman there, and this white woman asked me. She was like, what kind of flavor? She was like, what kind of flavor should I get? And I was like, ma'am, I like all the flavors. My mom makes this at home. And I was like, I'm Palestinian. And she goes, you're Palestinian? Really? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, oh, well, it's so lovely here that you are here in America. I was like, well, ma'am, I'm an American. And I was like, what did you think that I was? She was like, oh, I just thought you were a white man and I just loved your beard. And I was like, really interesting. She was like, yes, I tell my husband Bo all the time. We want peace for the Palestinians, and it's not right with what the Palestinians go through. And ah man, I wish I had this on video. It was so funny. And then she goes, well, when did your parents come here? I was like, ma'am, my parents came here to America a long time ago. And I was like, it's the way to come to America now. It takes extremely longer. Even if you marry an American here and you're a foreigner, it takes several years for them to come here. Um, and she was so fixated on when my parents came here, which I can understand. So I explained to her the situation, and so then I asked her, I was like, well, what are you politically? She was like, oh, I'm a Republican. And, I'm a Republican, but as a Republican, I want peace for your people and everything. I was like, you know what? I don't, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you are. And and, she told me she voted for Trump. And I was like, I don't care who you voted for or what you are. Although Trump, in his policies, was against Palestine or Palestinians, but that's another topic. Um, and she was like, I was like, I don't care who you voted for, what party you are, anything, because, um, the stance on Israel is a bipartisan stance. And I was like, I told her that, Trump Middle Eastern peace deal, as soon as it came out, I knew that it was full of shit. I knew it was bogus because it was for political reasons, it was for optic reasons, it was for kind of like, let me do this as an accolade so I can shout this out during my presidency. And she agreed with that. She agreed with me on that. And I was like, I told her, ma'am, I was like, it's funny because, and I knew this already, but it's how when you know something, but you're so used to you're so used to just knowing it in your mind, but it gives you a different feeling when you actually come across the truth or come across of an example of the truth, meaning that the media shows Republicans as one way, right? As this one thing, as one way, right? But in reality, the media does not show the realistic way of of different types of Republicans. They just show them in one type of way, right? So although this woman voted for Trump, and although this woman is a Republican, she her essence is like, I want peace. Like, it's not right. I talk to my husband about this all the time. So I was like, it's very interesting because the media just paints you guys as one type of Republican, right? And so I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that. That's all. That's pretty much my story. But it was so funny, y'all. Like, it was funny. Like, I was laughing. And usually when I tell people what I am, they think I am like not human. Like, I'm just like, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Well, I don't get it, but I understand it because people don't travel. People never been outside of North America, outside the United States of America, so they think of other people outside of the United States of America as like other types of people. I'm like, I just don't understand why people think that way. I don't understand why people don't think that planet Earth not only has North America, there's South America, there's Europe, there's Asia, there's Africa, Australia, Antarctica, Alaska. Like, there's so many other places, so many other continents, and it's like there's more people. And then I told them, like, I feel for the Ukrainians. However, it's funny how they're getting remorse and they're getting all of this attention worldwide when what they're going through is pretty much equivalent to what Palestinians are going through. So, is it really remorse from the government, or is it because Russia is involved? And I told her, anytime Russia gets involved with something, um, anywhere across the world, the United States of America feels threatened by it. They feel threatened by it. That's what I told her. And I was like, perfect example is Hillary Clinton. Supposedly, when Russia wanted to take over the Middle East years back, she worked with Islamists, so people that are equivalent to the Taliban or ISIS, to take down Russia, right? And I was like, I told her, ma'am, I was like, Trump is this way, but at least he gives us who he is versus the people who are deemed polished. And I was like, ma'am, we really watch for the polished ones. I told her about Hillary Clinton, and I told her about Jen Psaki. I was like, ma'am, Jen Psaki worked with an Israeli elite company, Biden's press secretary, who's so loved by The View and by the left-wing media, worked with an Israeli elite company monitoring Palestinians at checkpoints, and got paid lots of money for it. So, I'm glad that I had that conversation with her. It was so funny. Then she brought her daughter in the equation and had her daughter look at me and ask her daughter, "What do you think he is?" Her daughter was like Middle Eastern or Hispanic, and I was like, "Well, she's smart." Her daughter got it right. But yeah, y'all, that's my story. I thought it was hilarious and interesting, and it's great to think that people out there aren't within the narrative of how the media kind of just like scopes people out as one thing. But people just need to realize as well that there's other people outside of this country that matters and are human as well. And I just wish, you know, that people will travel, because travel equals education. Travel equals your competitive advantage. Travel equals more knowledge, and it sets you apart if you're looking for a job. And a lot of people like to hear that people been outside of the world, because people still see that as a rare thing to do, when it's not. It's not a rare thing to do, because it's only rare because a lot of people don't do it. But that's my 2 cents. I'm about to get off. Nobody's on here, only 2 people, and y'all not saying nothing. Deuces. Yeah.